Hi, Sandy. How are you today?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing good. I'm always fascinated by people's backgrounds, right? So I'm looking, you've got some degrees on the wall, you've got some people in the background. That's fantastic. So what are the degrees and what are the people?
So let's see. The top one is my bachelor's degree from UW Tacoma,
Nice.
and my hat. And
I
then
saw, yeah, the hat. It's your hat. That's good.
yeah. And then I have my I got ordained as a minister, so there's my certificate
Nice.
for ministry underneath that.
Okay.
And
Cool.
then my 20-year at the City of Tacoma Employee Appreciation Award is over there. And
Very
then on the other
cool.
side, I've got like pictures of my mom and my grandparents and my brother and I when we were little and stuff like that. So
Nice,
family
nice. A little bit
pictures.
of personality, a little bit of you in there. That's good.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing that. That's
Uh-huh.
awesome.
I like
So,
the beaches sign because I am a big beach person.
yeah, I'm in Daytona Beach, so that I don't know that everybody knows that. So I live in Florida, and my office is in Daytona Beach, and so there's a surfboard. That's a
Yeah,
surfboard,
I know it's
and
so
then
weird.
my grandfather's flag is there, right? So yeah, some fun stuff about me. So that's cool.
Nice. I like it.
I love to start with a fun fact. So we're here talking about love at work, love slash appreciation at work. And a fun fact is I think you knew, and I know that there's this love languages book by Gary Chapman. I don't know when he wrote that, but it's been out for ages. There's an assessment around it. What
Yeah.
I didn't know when I did this LinkedIn poll was that there is also another book for the workplace, which is The Five Languages of Appreciation in the Workplace, also by Gary Chapman. And so, you didn't know about
Either.
that either?
No, I knew about the first book, but not
I did
the
too.
second.
I did too. Yeah. So it actually is pretty cool that they rewrote it for the workplace because there's obviously a need for it. It's important. And I mean, what's your take in whether it's corporate or business, or if you run your own business or you work for an organization? What's your take on why is this important? Why is it important to showcase love or appreciation in the workplace from your perspective?
So, I think I heard about the 5 love languages about 4 years ago
Hmm.
and took the test. And of course, I think um, the words of affirmation were my number
Is that
one.
your top one?
That was
Okay.
my top one. So I
Mine's
was,
acts of service.
oh, nice. And so, and I'm always learning and trying to, you know, expand my mind and figure out how people
Mhm.
work and everything else. And I've worked for the city of Tacoma in Washington for over 23 years now.
Okay.
And
Congratulations on that, by the way. You're a
I
lifer there, it sounds like.
am a lifer there. And and then I do a lot of stuff on my own too. So I started my own spiritual life coaching business this last
Nice.
year and dabbling in all kinds of things. And so taking leadership classes, we were taking outward mindset from the
I've not heard of that.
Arbinger. It's from the Arbinger Institute, and that kind of started it. Me thinking about all this, and
Mm.
just having a more outward and open mindset towards other people, especially in the workplace or any relationship that you have. And then, um, learning about the 5 love languages 4 years ago and kind of addressing my own and I started thinking about it and I was like, I actually enjoy, getting all 5 when I really think about it.
Yeah.
And so And so then I thought about like, okay, well, do I give all 5? And I was like, oh, I do, And so, and I just kind of started watching people that I work with or people that I
Mm.
relate with personally and how giving to each other and helping each other or appreciating each other or being civil to each other
Mm.
improves relationships and moods, your own, theirs, everything. And it's hard. We all have our bad days and we have to
Sure.
give ourselves grace. When I'm sick or stressed out, I can get a little cranky, but just
Don't
that,
we all, right?
yeah, so that self awareness and then self assessment when you do something to try and make things better. And then I watched a TED talk
Mm.
on civility in the workplace. And same theme, just being civil to each other and showing each other appreciation and love. And I
Mm.
mean, ultimately, it's showing everybody in humanity love and everything improves.
What's interesting about what you just said too is I think that the other piece is that you wind up doing more or getting more out of someone if you're going the extra mile to say, "Hey, thank you," or "I appreciate you." I mean, I don't know. And we'll get into how to do this a little bit more, but I know that when if I am leading a team or working with someone, then I'm going to I'm going to make much more progress if I say, thank you for X, give them kudos. Or in your case, like when you said, I'm not feeling the greatest. Um, if I give you room, so case in point, Amy's not feeling good today. And sh we're supposed to go together we're supposed to go on a trip this week. She might not make it, right? Now, I could be frustrated by that, but that doesn't serve either of us. So I'm just saying, I said, if you need to stay home, right? Take care of yourself. And so I think, is that what you mean? Are those examples of what you're talking about?
Yeah, yeah, that is definitely good examples of it. But I think even more just like, I mean, there's people that you can work with that
Mhm.
aren't, you're not going to go have lunch with them or go out
Yeah,
to dinner
true.
with them or
You may
whatever.
not like them.
Right. But, well, and I kind of would go back on that a little bit too, because it's your mindset. Um,
Mm,
it's somebody that, you're an acquaintance with, you work with, but you're not best friends with.
right?
and and you may think that you don't like them at first, but if you concentrate on just little things, like even if you have to
Mm.
start with their shoelaces, like I really like their shoelaces. They're
Right. Or
very,
the color of shirt that you got on or something crazy
exactly
like that.
something like that.
Mm.
It's increasing that like for somebody. And then that allows you to improve that relationship where if you listen to them, if you're open enough to listen to what their needs are, then you can provide them. If they're having a bad day and you like are able to distract that by saying, "Hey, oh, how's your dad doing today?" or something, because you know that their dad is having, some health issues or, something like that. And it can change their mindset and put them in a better mood. And you're able to get what you need as well as provide what they need.
Hmm. You know what is interesting about this, and I can't remember who shared this with me, but what's prompting me to say this is, I don't know about you, but historically, I would send an email saying, I hope you're doing well," and then I get into whatever I'm getting into, right? Someone shared with me recently where instead of saying, "I hope you're doing well," you could intro with, all right, this is how I'm doing right now. This is what I did this weekend. You're building a connection with that particular individual, and then say, did you do anything interesting this weekend that you'd like to share? Right? Not just the obligatory, I hope you're doing well, and then get into business. That has actually changed my behavior, and I've now, if I'm really busy, I don't know that I've been as mindful about it, but now I'm attempting to do that, and it starts building that relationship, and adds another layer of appreciation for them as a person, which is, I think, where you're going with the, find something of commonality or something that you like about that individual to show appreciation for them.
Yes. Yes, exactly. Because and then, like you were saying, you know, it builds a connection and then it helps to build that relationship. And you still don't have to go to dinner with them or go hang out with them, but
Right.
it makes your working relationship so much better, and you're able to relate to what, like I said earlier, you know, their needs versus your needs, and how to fulfill both of them.
Exactly.
So
Exactly. My husband's really good at this. I mean, he's super good about building a connection on the backgrounds. That's He does the big background. If somebody's showing their background, he'll say, "Hey, what's that? What's that? What's that? Tell me about that." And then people start talking about themselves, and then he follows into whatever it is that they're planning on talking about, which is super interesting.
yeah, no, that's a great way to do it, especially with all the virtual, you know, the virtual world
Hmm.
we're in now. Some of the five love languages are a little more difficult to do over Teams or whatever you're using to meet virtually with your teammates. So I know, like physical touch. I mean, how do you do that over a screen? Like, you
Right,
know.
high five. High five. High five.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
I guess. I don't know. That's funny.
But when you're
Um,
in the office, you know, just putting that empathy behind it, or the emotion behind your acts, you know, shaking somebody's hand, not just to shake it and get it over with, but actually like meaning, you know, I really
mhm.
want to shake your hand and touch you
Mm.
to show my appreciation, or, you know, touching the side of their arm, or
Or elbow or whatever, right?
yeah, exactly. And, you know, in some cases you can hug a coworker, but,
Well,
you
and
know,
there are
you
some
still
environments that are accepting of that and not accepting of it, right? And
correct. Well, not only the environment, but cultures too. So you have to
sure,
be
sure.
aware of those things before you try and go just jump and hug somebody. But
Sandy, do you find yourself, I know I find myself doing this, and I'm curious if you do this, because I've read the original love languages. I haven't read the five languages of appreciation in the workplace. It's on my massive book list. But do you find yourself trying to assess what their primary is? I
no,
do. I was just curious if you do. You don't. You just,
I don't, because like I said, yeah, like I said earlier, I determined that I enjoy all five.
okay. So
And
you just
so
pepper all five across the relationships that you have.
I do, because
Okay.
I think that just because you have you know, just like any personality test that we take, we have a primary, that's our innate or natural ability or talent, or, you know, the thing that we go to. But that
Mhm.
doesn't mean that we don't need the other ones, or we can't give
Mhm.
the other ones. And so having that self awareness to really look at, am I able to provide a little bit of all of them? And,
Okay.
you know, I mean, just in a personal relationship, you know, you don't just do words of affirmation if that's what their person's primary is. I mean,
Sure.
occasionally you will give them a gift, or you will, you know, give them an affirmation of support or physical touch. stuff like that. And it's the same with any relationship, work, friends, family. So, yeah, pepper it all in.
There you go. And I think that's a good segue into how to do that. Because I actually, I think based on this conversation, I will adjust how I'm uh, how I'm showing up, because I actually do try to guess their primary and lean into that. But to your point, there's value in, even if it's small, even if it's like it's a small act, you can still um, use all five of them as appropriate. And, a good example might be if somebody goes above and beyond. Let's say they work the weekend. I don't know. They just worked the weekend and they didn't have to work the weekend to do whatever it is you were wanting them to do. You could send them a gift card. Well, I mean, $5 Starbucks card or Walmart or Amazon. I don't know. That's a really simple way. That's a gift, right? And is that an example of what you're talking about as far as just simple ways to execute this?
Yes. So, like, for instance, pre-COVID, when we were in the
Mhm.
office, um, I remember I had a coworker that would keep a bag of Dove chocolates
Okay.
at their desk, and they, give them out to people here and there. And I didn't really think much about it, but
Huh.
each one of those little chocolates has like
As a
a little
little thing.
affirmation in it,
Yes.
which, makes you feel
Nice.
better. And
Yeah,
so
for
I was
sure.
like, oh my gosh, that's an awesome way to, give something just to make somebody feel better for that day or
And
whatever.
it's a 2 for 1, because now
Right.
you got the gift and you get the words of affirmation in the wrapper. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
But
good.
even with our virtual environment, like you said, send them a $5 gift card or, e gift certificate or something like that. But not only that, like something as simple as like gifting your knowledge. So many
Mm,
people hold on to their knowledge and everything
mm.
out of fear of being replaced. Well, you know what? If you can't be replaced, you can't be promoted.
Yeah, nice.
Being able to help people with a gift at work is it's often the knowledge piece. Or, for instance, I was creating a Tableau report for a user a couple weeks
Mhm.
ago, and just meeting with her and figuring out her requirements, and then I was able to kind of take that above and beyond to make her job easier. And so, like, that
Nice.
that was her gift,
And
being
an acts of
provided.
service.
Correct, yes.
You're really good at this 2 for 1 game, Sandy.
I do work on that. I do work on that. I try to, like,
Yeah,
and then
I
affirm
wanna
them all
buy
at
one,
the
get
same
one free
time.
here, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, I can throw that affirmations in there too.
Oh, that is fantastic. Look, you're the master at this game, I think. I love this.
Because I mean, like, even like you said, the words of affirmation,
Mhm.
showing appreciation
Mhm.
for somebody. It doesn't even have to be something big or anything. It's like, thank you for your help, or
Right.
thank you for sharing that, or thank you for meeting with me. And then the whole quality time thing,
Yeah.
you throw that in there because you are being present in that
Mm.
meeting and giving them the time that they need to tell you what their needs are or whatever you can help them with or whatever you're
Mhm.
meeting about. But that quality time is you being present and allowing them to do whatever that they need to do at that
Well,
moment.
and feeling heard.
Right. Yes. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean,
So
'cause
that
it
kind
you
of
may not. Sorry, go ahead.
oh no, I was gonna say it brings it back all to that customer service aspect.
Yeah, yeah. Are there so I there's so many good tips in there as far as how to do this without it being weird. And maybe some people want to replace love at work with appreciation at work. Okay, great. Use that. That's totally
Right.
fine.
Civility,
Um,
appreciation, whatever you want to call it.
exactly, exactly. You are the queen of 2 for 1 here. I love that. Are there any other tips that you would have for ways for it not to be weird and to actually showcase all 5 of these that we already haven't discussed?
Um, I would probably say, you know, the whole presence thing. So if you're present and you're listening to
Mm,
somebody and paying attention to what their needs are, how I mean, ultimately, our life here on earth is to provide service to others.
mm,
I mean, really, if you break it down. So, if you're able to look at everybody as a customer or somebody that you could provide
mm.
a service to, then you're able to see the clues. Like, as to whether they need a hug or a handshake
Mm.
or, a pat on the hand, or if they need that chocolate,
Listening. Right, right.
or if they need that listening, or if they need affirmation that they're doing a good job or whatever. So you can naturally feed all of those in there just by
Hmm.
listening and paying attention to somebody else and being present.
Nice. So it's what I just heard you say is being present allows you to listen intently and then fill in the gap of whatever appreciation tactic of the 5 or combination thereof in order to serve them in some way, which is servant leadership at its finest.
Absolutely.
Nice. That was good. That was good stuff.
Yeah.
How can people reach you, Sandy? I mean, you explained a little bit about what you're doing, but you want to talk a little bit more about that?
Oh, yeah, sure. So, like I said, it's pretty new, but over the last few years, I have been
Mhm.
working on trying to figure out my own life purpose and
Nice.
everything else and my servant leadership. And decided that, well, I figured out that my my mission is to
Mhm.
create, teach, and mentor, and I've been mentoring in the corporate world for quite a while.
Mhm.
And so I decided to start my own spiritual life coaching business. Um,
Nice.
and
Nice.
so I have a website. Well, I'm on Instagram, I'm on Facebook. You can find me on LinkedIn under
What's your website?
Sandra Day. My website is www.bluedaisylife.com.
I love that. I'm putting it in here. I just want to get that again. www.bluedaisylife.com.
Yep,
Okay, I
that's it.
got that in there. It's going to go to all the places so people can
Nice.
find you.
Yeah. So yeah, I got my I think Instagram. I'm under Blue Daisy Life Coaching,
Nice.
and Facebook Blue Daisy Life Sandra, I think.
Nice. Why Blue
No,
Daisy? How did that come
I
about?
do it. What was that?
How did Blue Daisy come about?
So meditation about a
Oh,
little
cool.
over a year ago. um, I kept I kept getting this symbol of the blue daisy,
Okay.
and they kept showing up like in things I would see and stuff like that. And so I wrote it down and I was just like, okay, there's something about this.
Mhm.
And I just, I kept thinking about it. And so then when I decided to start the business, I was like, oh, that's it. It's Blue
Mm.
Daisy Life Coaching. And then I looked up what it meant.
Oh, do tell. Do tell. While you're doing that, I'm gonna look up
Oh, here it
the
is.
Amazon link for 5 languages so people have that too, but go ahead.
Okay, yeah. So blue daisies symbolize long-term loyalty and trust. They are also helpful symbols for visualization, like
Mhm.
like wishing on a star, and it
Okay.
can assist in prayer and meditation to calm the mind and envision positive outcomes.
Nice.
And I was like, oh, that's perfect.
That's me. That's perfect. Thank
Yeah,
you.
yeah. So that's how the blue daisy came about.
That is cool. That is
So,
cool.
yep.
I just put it. Oh man, this is a massive link. I just put the massive link of the book in there. Hopefully, I don't know. It's churning. I'm not sure if it's gonna like that or not. Maybe it's like too big. No, it went in. Any final things that you want people to know about this topic, Sandi?
Um, I think probably I would just say, the self-awareness and awareness of others, and to give yourself grace. I think that's probably one of the hardest things a lot of people have to
Mhm.
learn, is to give themselves grace when they're not at their peak or they didn't do something the way they should have. Self-assess, learn your lessons,
Mhm.
and let it
Do
go,
better. Yeah, yeah.
right?
Yeah,
Um, so yeah, give yourself grace. I would
cool.
just say that.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank
I
you for
really
this
enjoyed
chat.
this. I know,
Yeah,
it was
yeah, that's
great.
good chat. Good chat. Thank you
And
for
I
the time.
I love meeting you. So yes.
You too. You too. I mean, that's what the beauty of social media. I mean, it's not all evil, although people think it can be, right? I mean, this
Yeah.
we wouldn't have met had that didn't exist. So we're having
Yep.
a wonderful conversation, and this will live on into perpetuity for people to pull the nuggets out of. So
That's
it's
right.
good.
Well, anytime you want to sit and have a cup of coffee and chat again, just let me know.
Of course. Thank you so much, Sandy. You have a fantastic day, and we'll talk to you soon.
All right. Thanks. Have a great
All right.
day, Michelle.
Bye.
Bye.